Hey, what's up, everyone? Today we're beginning. I can't speak. Let's try that again. Hey, what's up, everyone? Today we're going to be going over Hamlet Acts 4 through 5. 4 through 5. I can tell I'm already a little bit discombobulated because I had a really rough morning. I'll skip the sob story, but you might notice that I'm just a little less articulate today, maybe a little more wild-eyed today. Honestly, what a rough morning for me. But here we are. It's it's time to stream my reaction to Hamlet, so I'm gonna chug along with this. Okay, so I just reread a sort of synopsis of Act 3. I found that rereading the synopsis didn't really help me that much. It would have been better for me to just skim through Act 3 rather than to reread the synopsis, because the thing about Shakespeare is that there's so many people. There are a couple things that I noticed through the synopsis that I didn't notice in real time, but especially like the synopses that are given by these like little third-party student helper solutions. They kind of like lead you to a particular reading, and it was kind of annoying to read other people's, like, especially these like student-oriented like. I actually felt like I understood the story less. I don't know how to explain that, but it made me feel like I was understanding the story less, and I actually was forced to reskim over the Act 3 when I did that. So I'm kind of regretting that bit there. Now, with that out of the way, I'll just sort of tell you what my initial, what I remember of Act 3 and my sort of framework for Act 3 and the story thus far, and then we're going to get into Acts 4 and 5. Here we go. So Act 3, Hamlet, basically, let's talk about Hamlet. So Hamlet has killed Polonius, okay? Hamlet is aware of his uncle Claudius's plot to kind of send him away to England and maybe even kill him. And Hamlet is kind of possessed by this rage. And he is very, from my reading of it, he's very convinced. He's very much understanding kind of his mission, his purpose for the remainder of his days is to avenge his father. And he is possessed by this belief in what he should be doing. And he is the scariest we've ever seen him. Okay, at least the way that I'm reading him. That's Hamlet. Claudius, on the other hand, and interestingly, he confesses that he has killed his brother, King Hamlet. And he tries to make repentance, but he can't. And he's committed to being kind of evil, because he's going to try to wipe Prince Hamlet out. So we get the turn where actually Claudius's path up until this moment was sort of, it was vague. Like it wasn't clear. I mean, it wasn't not vague. It was ambiguous. We weren't sure which direction he was going to go. At least I wasn't. I wasn't sure which way he wasn't going to go. The only evidence we had was actually evidence of him being a potentially good man with moral compunctions. Right, in Acts 2, I think it was, he was guilty for misleading. He felt guilty for misleading Hamlet. For creating a plot around Hamlet and stuff like that. And that was in a private moment. But here, he kind of digs into his sort of, he fails to repent, really. His moment of salvation has passed. And now we're going to see the rest of this play out. He's choosing the convenient path, which is to just remove his nephew. His nephew, by the way, who is confirmed to just be crazy, according to his wife. Now we're going to Gertrude. Gertrude is interesting. Gertrude is interesting because she watches the play. She watches the play and she has like a sort of distant remove. She makes fun of the lady in the play. And then she watches Hamlet and she observes that Hamlet is crazy. I mean, he's talking to ghosts. So, and the thing is that the dialogue for Gertrude is so open ended. I mean, you can interpret her many different ways, honestly, and that makes her a particularly sort of fruitful character for kind of expressing, like the way that you interpret Gertrude and the way that I interpret Gertrude would actually be a good. It just leads to a good, I think, conversation because she is so open-ended. To me, she is the most like neutral character. Like all of the crazy that happens, all of the melodrama that happens, all of the over emoting that happens, all of the just the general ridiculosity that happens in this play. Like Gertrude's a little removed from all of that. You know, she's sort of just like she just says the bare minimum that keeps her noticing what's happening, but not really committed to anything that's happening, and it makes her very, to me, very enigmatic. Interesting character, and I honestly don't think on my first read through in like a decade, I don't think I'm gonna finish this play having a clear idea of Gertrude. I think I will end this play still being like, what is up with Gertrude? Rosencrantz, Guildenstern, just henchmen at this point. Horatio helping. I guess Gertrude, one other thing is it's unclear whose side she's on. Which I should have just said earlier when I was saying that she was neutral. So, yeah, just adding that bit. So what am I expecting now? I'm expecting, and I think I said this in my last stream, I'm expecting a lot of death. I'm expecting Hamlet to accidentally kill his mother, because there was that scene where he kept emphasizing that he was not intending to kill his mother. Then again, there was a moment where he almost could have killed his mother, which was the private conference, and then he didn't kill them. So actually, I'm not too sure what's going to happen there. Is he going to accidentally kill his mother or not? I don't know. Okay, I'm not too committed to that prediction. I mean, Claudius's plan is not going to go according to plan. Hamlet's plan is not going to go according to plan. Like, things are not going to go according to plan. But I'm not sure exactly what the chaos will be, because I literally just do not remember the ending of this play. So I'm going to go into this now. Yep, let's go into it now. Act 4. Here we go. Fortinbras and a captain. Let me remind myself who Fortinbras is, because it's been a long time since I've seen him. Prince of Norway. Oh, right. That was a whole ass framing device where there was a whole thing in like Act 1 or maybe Act 2 where Norway said the right things, but as an audience member, I'm listening as a reader of the script, I'm thinking, wait, is Norway really chill with Denmark? Like, what's going to happen now? And now we're getting the reveal. Here we go. Fortinbras and a captain with his army over the stage. Go, captain. From me, greet the Danish king by his license. Oh, okay. This is actually according to the agreement. So far, so good. No tensions here. Creates the conveyance of a promised march over his kingdom. You know the rendezvous. If it's They're looking for nominal, like just they're looking just to expand their land by a tiny bit. But it's a crappy piece of land. Wait, what does it mean to be for a land to be garrisoned? Wait, so that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that there's an army there. Yes. Why then the Polak will never defend this crappy piece of land? Yes. They will never defend it. It is already garrisoned. What does that mean? I don't get it, but I don't think it matters. 2,000 souls and 20,000 ducats. 20,000 ducats. Where'd that come from? Was this part of the agreement back in like Act 2? Maybe. With that external symptom? Ruptures internally with... When you have a lot of money and peace, what happens is that it's unclear. Death comes sort of suddenly and without visible markings. So this is interesting because it's talking about the country level, like the decay of a wealthy nation. And I wonder how that could be like a weird meta commentary on Hamlet himself. Like Prince Hamlet is maybe the product of a wealthy nation. Maybe Prince Hamlet himself is the abscess. Anyway, gonna move on there. What is a man if the best thing he can do is sleep and eat? Surely God did not give us godlike reason just for it to decay. Now, whether I am unremembering like an animal or over analyzing, I'm not sure if I am overanalyzing or if I'm just unthinking like an animal, but I don't know why I'm doing the thing that I'm doing. Oh, no, I do not know why. I'm still alive when I should be dead, when I should have already done this thing. So he's talking about his procrastination, and which makes sense with the 3 parts coward. His thoughts are 3 parts coward, 1 part wisdom. He has the cause and will and strength. It means why hasn't he already done it? Large examples, gross as earth, large as earth, exhort me. Witness his army. This army that we're looking at is an example of action. Exposing what is mortal and sure. Wait, the invisible event. Oh, I see. They push on forward with conviction, just for a unworthy piece of land. To be great, to truly to be great, being great is not stirring without great argument. In this, the part of this is the word argument. I forget what the Shakespearean meaning of argument is. Rightly to be great is not to move without great argument, but actually to find quarrel in a straw when honor's at the stake. So basically, if you are moved by honor, it doesn't matter if you're fighting for something silly, just move, just take action, something like that. And that is going to make you great. A father killed, mother stained. Yeah. So this is a big contrast. There's a foil. Look at all these honorable, proactive, ambitious, muscular, manly men. And they are actually fighting for something that's worthless. And here am I. My father is dead. My mother is shamed. And I am still hesitating. Definitely overanalyze. Definitely an overanalyzer, overthinker. Sorry, just got a little distracted. Here we go. A public room of the castle. We have Horatio, Queen, and a gentleman. Horatio. Ooh, Horatio and the Queen are talking. Interesting. Okay. I'm guessing they're talking about Ophelia. Okay, her mood will needs be pitied. What would she have? She speaks much of her father, says she hears there's tricks in the world, and hems and beats her heart, burns enviously. As straws speaks things in doubt. So it's funny that we're talking about a she, which might be Ophelia, but all of this can definitely apply to Hamlet as well. Her speech is nothing, yet the unshaped use of the speech moves the hearer to inference. They gape at it, patch up the words to fit their own thoughts, which, okay, and this is hilarious. Talking about the ambiguity of language, people are just making their own interpretations, which, again, Shakespeare is being kind of cheeky here. Just sort of like, everyone's just interpreting however they please. And is that Hamlet? Is Hamlet interpreting however he pleases? Like, yeah, yeah. Anyway, which, as her wings did not suggest to you, thought though nothing sure, yet much unhappily. Okay, so this also kind of suggests something about the power of acting and suggestion. Yeah, it would be dangerous to let these ideas come in. Let her come in. So that definitely was Ophelia. Ophelia comes out later. Where's the beauteous majesty of Denmark? How now? What the heck? How should I, your true love, know from another one by his cockle hat and staff and his sandal shoon? She starts. How should I know the difference between you who say who loves me and some other? I will know by his clothes. Say you, pray you mark. He is dead and gone, lady is dead and gone. At his head a great actor. What a crazy scene. this little princess comes in, or not princess. This girl comes in, just starts singing to the queen. So Ophelia seems crazy and is singing about a dead person. Brooding imagine upon her father. So, is she the owl? Is she the stingy daughter who reprimands? The mother? What the? Okay. No, I don't get that. But tomorrow, St. Valentine's Day, I am made at your window to be your Valentine. Then he up and rose, donned his clothes, dubbed the chamber door, led the maid that out a maid, never departed no more. More. Then up he rose, donned his clothes, and dubbed the chamber door, led the maid that out a maid, never departed more. Is he talking? She's singing not about a father, though. Before you tumbled me, you promised me to wed. Okay, so she's talking about. She seems to be talking about Hamlet. And I don't remember what last interaction they had. I don't remember if this means, I don't know what thread this is, narratively speaking. Okay. So would I have, if you had not come to my bed. So she was spurned by Hamlet. Hamlet called her basically a skank and get thee to a nunnery, and yeah, maybe that's what it is. She's actually not too distracted by her father. She's actually more distracted by Hamlet and being rejected, which is funny, by the way, because this is the inverse of what happened with Hamlet, structurally speaking. Everyone thought that Hamlet was Polonius thought that Hamlet was disturbed by Ophelia. Turns out Hamlet's disturbed by this ghost of his father. Conversely, Ophelia is disturbed. Everyone's thinking Ophelia is disturbed by her father, her father's passing, but actually she's just obsessing over Hamlet. Yeah, all from her father's death, and it's obviously not that. Oh, Gertrude, Gertrude, when sorrows come, they come not single spies. Her father is slain. Your son is gone. And he, the most violent author of his own just remove. The people muddied, thick, and unwholesome, and thoughts whispered for good Polonius' death. Horatio and Ophelia are out, so it's just Gertrude and the king. And I think here we're just saying Hamlet's crazy. He made himself crazy. I think that's what it's saying. The people muddied, thick and unwholesome thoughts and whispers, and we have done but greenly to inter him. Okay, yeah. We're just sequestering him. Poor Ophelia, divided from herself, without the which we are pictures or mere beasts. She's now crazy as well. Her brother is in secret come from France. Keeps himself in so this sort of like proliferation of rumors and untruths is stressing him out. It's like a second or additional death. What is the matter? Save yourself, my lord. Eats not the flats. Wait. Save yourself, my lord. The ocean eats not the flats with more impetuous haste than young Laertes. Laertes shall be king. What the? Oh, I'm forgetting who Laertes is. Okay, let's remind myself who Laertes is, but I'm pretty sure this is Norway. What's... Wait. Oh, son of Polonius. Okay, there we go. Oh, geez, that is crazy. Okay, that's a whole thing that happened. The son of Polonius? The ocean does not eat the flats more quickly than... Oh, okay. Laertes is rushing in faster than the ocean to overbear the officers of Hamlet. Of Claudius. The people are calling him Lord. So the danger was not from Norway. The danger was from France, from Polonius and Ophelia. And geez, was Polonius aware of this? Polonius was maybe not. That's a whole other layer. Whoa. Okay, so I did not foresee all this from Acts 1 and 2, so I'm actually overwhelmed right now. So many things are happening, but I am getting this like feeling that, oh my God, this story is so tightly written. The plots are so tight, and just like so intricate, and so many, it's very well written. As the world we're now but to begin, and took it for God custom not known. So basically the past has been erased. They cry, Laertes shall be king. Wow, what a crazy thing. I'd like completely just ignored Laertes in the first act, but now this whole thing is happening. The doors are broke, Laertes comes in, where's his king? Sir, stand you all without? No, let's come in. Wait, hang on. I pray you give me leave. We will. Keep the door. Oh, thou vile king, give me my father. Even here between the chaste unsmirched brow of my true mother. Okay. Let me figure out something here. Raj, welcome. Damn. Okay, so I'm trying to make a connection to Dune. So in Dune, you have Paul Atreides take over. By the way, I've not read all of Dune. I just watched the recent movie. Paul Atreides takes over for the Emperor. The Emperor is a scheming bastard, so that's pretty similar. Laertes and Paul Atreides' father was killed by the Emperor, and that's what. Okay, so that's pretty similar here. But actually, the hero is not Paul Atreides in this case. It's the bald-headed, gross. What do you call it? Tarkinins. No, but it doesn't make sense because there's no emperor's nephew in this case, or is there? But okay, no, yeah, the analogy doesn't really hold up, and I think yeah, it's just a different story. The analogy doesn't hold up. The main thing is that Laertes' perspective, from his perspective, the Uncle Claudius is a total bastard for a totally different reason. Oh no, for basically the same reason. For basically the same reason that Hamlet views Claudius as a total bastard. They both hate him for the same reason, but Hamlet happens to be correct even though he seems crazy, and Laertes is incorrect even though he doesn't seem crazy. He seems totally reasonable. In fact, Laertes... So this is such a fucked up, like, irony. The untruth is more justifiable, and the rumors are feeding this flame and actually increasing the popularity and the strength of Laertes, even though it's not true that actually the person who killed Polonius was not even Claudius. It was Hamlet. So that's a huge political irony here, and that kind of drives a wedge in this story. Even here, okay, so what is the cause, Laertes, that thy rebellion looks so giant-like? Let him go, do not fear our person. There's such divinity that treason can... Okay, so the king is very confident in his divinity right now. Tell me, Laertes, why are you angry? Where's my father? Dead, but not by him. But not by him. Let him demand his fill. So the queen is being maybe... She's interjecting, and the king is being very kingly. How came he dead? Don't play with me. I dare damnation. To this point I stand, that both the worlds I give to negligence, let come what comes, only I'll be revenged most thoroughly for my father. Who shall stay you? Who shall prevent you? Good Laertes, if you desire to know the certainty of your dear father, is it written your revenge, that sweepstake? You will draw both friend and... Okay, none but his enemies. We know them then. So, do you want to know who it is that killed your father? To his good friends, thus wide, I'll open my arms, repass them with my blood. Okay. I am friend to whoever is friend of my father. Why, now you speak like a good child and a true gentleman, that I am guiltless of your father's death, and most sensibly in grief for it. Okay, yeah. So we're establishing... Oh, Ophelia starts singing. Okay, here we go. And if you have a question that's not on topic, I'm just going to make my choice whether to answer it or not, but I'll probably not answer it. If you have questions for general advice, I do a general advice stream every week. I also chat with people randomly all the time in my own Discord server, so I recommend that you use the Discord server and my weekly advice streams. A noise within. Ophelia's just gonna start singing. Oh my god. Crazy Ophelia in love with Hamlet. Here we go. Let her come in. How now? What noise is that? Oh, heat to dry my brains. Tears 7 times salt. Burn out the sense. Virtue mine eyes. By heaven, thy madness shall be paid with weight till our scale turn the beam. Oh, rose of Ophelia. Dear maid, kind sister, sweet Ophelia. Oh, heavens is possible. Should be as mortal as a poor man's wife. Is it possible? that your wits shall die. Nature is made pure by love, and where it is fine, it sends some precious instant of itself after the thing it loves. Struggles to say that because of great wish, her sanity departed him. Struggles to say, I'm kind of confused by this interpretation here, but sure. They bore him. So Laertes continues to misinterpret. I mean, basically everyone's misinterpreting Ophelia, which is Ophelia is the opposite of Hamlet. Okay, Ophelia is in love, whereas Hamlet is seeking revenge. But everyone's thinking the other way around, or was thinking. Nature is fine love. They bore him barefaced on the bier. Hey non, right. I vaguely remember this line. And in his grave rained many a tear. Fare you well, my dove. My dove. If you had your sanity with you, and if you argued for revenge, it cannot move as strongly as you move me now. Your crazy ravings move me to revenge more strongly than anyone's rational argument could. Sing a down, down, you calm him down. How the wheel becomes it. Which, it's funny. This is a funny little comment on like rational argumentation, like essayistic, logical argumentation versus just the power of suggestion, the power of rhetoric, the power of song in this case, Fiction is more powerful than nonfiction. You must sing a down, you call him a downa, how the wheel becomes it. It is the false steward that stole his master's daughter. His master's daughter, this false steward. That kind of sounds vaguely like Hamlet and Ophelia, but whatever. This nothing's more than matter. She gives flowers to them. It's such a funny scene. Ophelia is just singing and passing out flowers and just acting like a crazy. Like, imagine, it's so over the top. It's so ridiculous. And Laertes being all serious and brooding and and interpreting it in the most ridiculous way. It's a very dumb scene. We call it a herb of grace. You may wear your rue with the difference as the violets. Robin is all my joy, to beauty and to prettiness. Right. So Laertes' over serious interpretations is supposed to be comedic because you're supposed to know what Ophelia is actually saying about Hamlet, and Laertes' seriousness, in contrast with like the sort of the silliness of Ophelia is supposed to be funny. Will he not come again? No, he is dead. Go to thy deathbed. He will never come again. His beard was white as snow. Flaxen was his poll. White was his head. He is gone. God be with you. Do you see, O God? Laertes, I must commune with you, grief, or you deny me right. Go but apart. Make choice of. Go find out. It's actually not me. Okay? But actually, I don't know exactly what this command is, but something in the sense of like, so apparently we're going to have some sort of judgment of some sort, but I don't really get how this judgment is going to happen. But basically, the king is saying, you will, like the king isn't just saying out and out that it is Hamlet. There's going to be some sort of trial. I don't get it. His means of death is a funeral, no trophy, no hatchment, no right, cry to be heard, that I must call in question. So you shall. Okay, so we're going to have some sort of trial, I guess. right. We're at scene 3, and I need to take a quick break. So I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. BRB. Okay, so just took a quick break, and Dominic, what's up? Is it okay to ask an SAT? So you can ask, but I will not answer SAT questions right now. That said, you can, and I urge you to, either join me during my advice live streams, which are for members only, or just find me in Discord server. I do random voice chats in Discord pretty frequently, maybe three, 4 times a day. They are random though, just whenever I happen to have time. Or just chat in Discord. I mean, we have a bunch of SAT channels, and if you just chat in Discord whenever I have some free time, I'll drop in and 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 add my feedback. So those are the ways to use me. But yeah, I just want to focus on Hamlet right now, which is giving me a lot of joy after an extremely difficult morning. My morning was painful. Very, very, very rough morning. But yes, Hamlet is kind of giving me my sustenance right now. So we just read scene 2 of Act 4, and we're going to get started on scene 3. So I'm still a little unsure what's happening with Norway and Fortinbras. I don't know if they're being true to their word or if they're going to cause a ruckus. Laertes has already begun a ruckus, but for the time being, we're just holding him off by promising some sort of trial. This is, so far, Act 4 is less thinking-oriented and much more action-oriented. Except for Hamlet, obviously, who just keeps talking. he just chats. So there's Dominic, thank you. That is awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good to get that support. And actually, Dominic, by the way, you are the first one that has ever done that for me. So I am really moved. Let me know what your Discord handle is if you join the Discord. Thank you very much. Damn. So back to Hamlet. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna just pause there because I'm actually feeling a little emotional. I had you wouldn't know the story, but I did have a really rough morning. I did have a really rough morning, and I know that a dollar is just a dollar. In the world of dollars, $1 doesn't sound like much, but just emotionally speaking, yeah, I mean, I'm actually a little speechless right now. You really could, honestly, if you wanted an emotional reaction out of me, you couldn't have timed this better. I had such a rough morning. Holy crap. Yeah. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Wow. Yeah, yeah. It's a little embarrassing actually because it's it's just like this little YouTube button thing. But anyway, thank you very much. I had a very rough morning. Okay. Yeah, wow. Okay. Wow. Dominic. What a roller coaster of a morning for me. By the way, in my time, it's only 9:30 a.m. What a crazy day. I'm gonna share this story with my friends. It's so funny. 9:30 in the morning. I'm already reduced to tears. Okay. Zappin, you you missed you missed you missed yeah, just a moment of appreciation. You missed a moment of appreciation, and I'm gonna move on because it's getting embarrassing. Act 4, Scene 3, Horatio. So Horatio and the Queen spoke, and what the hell happened? Horatio and the Queen spoke, and then the king came, and I forget, what is Horatio even trying to do at this point, right? What is his motivation? He's still on Hamlet's side, I think, but I don't know what he's going to do now. So I have to just read. I'm not going to scroll back, so I'm going to just read to see what happens. Seafaring men, sir, they say they have letters for you. Wait, I don't even remember where Horatio is. He's at the castle. And who are these sailors that he's talking to? The ambassador that was bound for England, so that must be Hamlet, right? Horatio, when thou have seen this, some access to the king, they have letters for him. Before we were 2 days old at sea, a pirate gave us chase. Finding ourselves too slow to sail, we put on a compelled valor and we boarded them. They got cleared. I became their prisoner. But they knew what they did. I am to do a turn for them. Have the letters I've sent come to me with as much speed as thou would fly. That come quickly. They are much too light for the bore of the matter. The matter is much greater than any words can express. Hold their course for England. Of them I have much to tell thee. Farewell. Come, I will give you the means of delivery for these your letters. Huh. Ooh, spicy. I actually don't know what's going to happen here. It's because we know that Hamlet is going to counterplot against Claudius, and we know that Claudius is trying to erase Hamlet. So this is getting a little, it's getting thick. Laertes. Okay, this is the little trial, but maybe it's not a trial, it's just okay, I'm going to just chat with you. Now he's going to chat. Now must your conscience my acquittance seal, since you have heard that he which hath your pursued my life. Okay, so we've already skipped the part where the king tells Laertes that Hamlet killed Polonius. Now the thing is, why do we skip it? Maybe the king didn't say it was Hamlet. Maybe the king lied to Laertes too. We don't know right now. It's crazy. So there's too many. We're just juggling all these balls. There's all these things that are happening. It's unclear what actually is happening. It well appears, but tell me why you proceed not against these feats, so criminal, so capital. Oh, for two special reasons. Yet to me they're strong. Okay, these might seem weak reasons for you, but they are strong reasons to me. The queen, his mother. Okay, no. So he did tell her. Sorry, Claudius did tell Laertes that it was Hamlet. Lives almost by his looks, and for myself, my virtue or my play, be either which, I love her so much, I have to obey her wishes. The other motive why I might not go is the great love the general public bear for him, who work like the spring, turns wood to stone, converted shot. Okay. He is publicly, it's a PR disaster for me to accuse him. Also, privately, I love his mother, who does not want him dead. So, I'm losing my father. I'm losing my sister. My amazing sister. But my revenge will come. Break not your sleeves for that. You must not think that we are made of stuff. We are made of stuff so flat and dull that we can let our beer be shook with danger and think of pastime. I loved your father. We love ourselves, and we love ourselves, and that I hope will teach you to imagine. So the king is kind of in the graces of Laertes somehow. Laertes, who has a whole ass army with him, but it's like unclear what the revenge is supposed to be, unless the king promised that Laertes is going to get the chance to kill Hamlet directly or something crazy like that. That is crazy. Okay, so we're going to have something like that happening. From Hamlet, Claudio, Laertes, leave us. High and mighty, naked on your kingdom, kingly eyes, asking you pardon The sudden return. Wait, this is like different, right? This is different. Okay. Hamlet is telling Horatio one thing and the king another thing. Very thick. This plot, so many layers going on right now. Okay. Okay, and Claudius did basically promise Laertes that he will get his revenge. Will you obey me? As long as you don't stop me from killing him. Okay? He will fall to my plan. There will be no choice for him. But obviously Hamlet, okay, so they're both plotting against each other now. Okay. We have a perfect, so basically the king is promising that they have a perfect plot, that Laertes is going to get his revenge, that I may be the organ. All right, so this is the sinister whispering, the evil whispering. All right, here we go. You have been talked of since your travel much. Did not together pluck such envy from him as did that one. That one, and that in regard of the unworthiest siege. And that in Hamlet's film for quality, wherein they say, you shine. A very ribbon in the cap of youth and needful. So we're kind of talking about a particular characteristic of Laertes that Hamlet himself envies, and so we're complimenting Laertes for something. And what is that? And probably action is my guess right now. Here we go. A ribbon in the cap of youth, yet needful too, for youth no less becomes a light and careless clothing that it wears. Then settled age, his sables and weeds, importing health and greatness. 2 months since here was a gentleman of Normandy. So a French dude, and I don't remember some gentleman. Oh, there was a gentleman. Wait, I don't remember the gentleman. Okay, I don't know what this is about. I've seen myself and served against the French, and they can, well, on horseback, but this guy had witchcraft in it. He grew onto his seat, one brought his horse, as he had been in corpse and demi-nature with the brave beast. So far he topped. A Norman was it? Upon my lord, life, Lamord, whatever that means. What's up, Lightning? The very same. Oh, a name. Okay, it's a name. He knows the guy. I know him well. He's the brooch indeed and gem of all the nation. He made a confession of you, gave you such a masterly report for art and for your rapier more special that he cried out would be a sight indeed if one could match you. So this is the characteristic of Laertes that we're praising. He's actually really good with the sword. And so what we're doing right now, what Shakespeare is doing right now, is we're kind of hyping up the enemy, the villain. We're hyping up, we're explaining that Laertes is actually really, really, really good at the sword. So there will be a duel. There will be a duel. There will be blood. Sir, this report did Hamlet so envenom with his envy that he could do nothing but wish and beg your suddenly coming over to play with you. Now out of this, what out of this, my lord? Why ask you this? Of course I love him. Not that I think you did not love your father, but that I know his love is begun by time. And that I see in past reproof, time qualifies the sparking fire of it. There lives within the very flame of a kind of wick or snuff that will bait it. Still, for goodness growing to a pleurisy that dies in his own too much. So if you love, what is this? And nothing is at unequal, always goodness. What? There lives within the very flame of a kind of Okay, something about how good can hurt itself, but there's a flame. The flame can be snuffed or something. I don't know. We need to like temper our love or something. I don't know. I don't really fully understand. That we would do. We should do when we would. For this would changes and hath abatements and delays as many as our tongues, our hands, our accidents, and then this should is like a spendthrift sigh. Hurts by easing. Okay, we are using up a drop of blood by sighing. More than in words. Okay, so I kind of don't get this little monologue, but basically, I want. So Claudius is telling Laertes, "Hey, I know you love your father. Will you show your love by killing Hamlet?" Basically. But love is also tempered over time. The things that we want to do, we should do when we want to do it. Okay. Oh, this is okay. No, this is an echo of Hamlet. Prince Hamlet is the opposite of Laertes now. We have a foil. We have a foil for Prince Hamlet, okay? Hamlet is the guy who gets this idea, and this idea germinates in his head, and he keeps thinking about it, and he keeps torturing himself with it, and he wants to do it, but he doesn't do it, and he takes forever to get to action. And the king knows this, not necessarily about Hamlet, but about human nature. Human nature. So the king here is saying actually something pretty wise. He's saying, if you don't act when you feel the urge to do something, you will basically never act. I mean, he doesn't say it that extremely. I'm just simplifying it, but it will. The motivation will die over time. So you want to act right away, promptly. So I'm urging you, be prompt. Cut his throat in the church. How evil. Yes, we're going to cut his throat in the church. This is, by the way, the opposite of Hamlet. Hamlet, who wanted to cut down Claudius when he was praying. And Hamlet stopped. Because what is he? Hamlet is the classic overthinker. No place indeed should murder sanctuarize. Revenge should have no bounds, but Laertes, will you do this? Keep close within your chamber. You don't really like Shakespeare? I mean, hopefully if I do my job right with this reaction, if you ever have to read a passage for school, you can just watch my reaction to the passage and realize why or what parts of it could be fun or funny or emotionally damaging. Here we have the evil Laertes, who is quick to action, who is not an overthinker, who loves what he loves. He loves his father. He will avenge his father. No bullshit coming up against Hamlet. Revenge should have no bounds, but good Laertes, will you do this? Keep close within your chamber. He'll know your home. And I shall incite some people to praise you. And we're going to kind of get him envying you again. He being remiss will not bruise the foil, so that with ease, Losham may choose a sword unabated, unblunted, yes. So you're going to basically have a little play duel with him and then kill him on quote-unquote accident. And for purpose, I'll note my sword about an unction of a mountain bank. Sore mortal. Okay, so poison. Okay, a perfect poison. I'll touch my point. If I gall him slightly, it may be death. Okay, yeah. Weigh what convenience, but the time it means may finish. Okay, so let's plan this. Better performance to better not say. Therefore, this should have a back or second. Oh, we need to have a backup plan. Huh. Very smart. Let me see. Solemn wager on your cunnings. I have it. When in your motion you are hot and dry, and that he calls for a drink. So you guys are having a duel, and you are getting thirsty. Okay, so two ways of killing him. The first way is you're gonna graze him with your pointy practice sword, or Hamlet's gonna take a quick break. He's gonna ask for a drink, and that will also be poisoned. All right. So fast they follow your I forgot about this. Now I remember suddenly. Oh my god. She killed herself for Hamlet. Even crazier. Okay. So more insanity ensues. Okay. Ophelia was called a skank by Hamlet and she kills herself. And Laertes is obviously going to really hate Hamlet now. There is a willow grows askant the brook that shows his hoary leaves in the glacier stream. Wait, what does hoary mean? Old? White. Yeah. And therewith, fantastic garlands she make of crowflowers. What? Like she's like a total hippie. Okay, that liberal shepherds give a grosser name. Wait, what? Oh, okay, yeah, basically. So she made garlands that kind of symbolize penis and okay, sure. So she she makes a little shrine to the dick of Hamlet and then kills herself. The dick that she will never have, upon which she will never sup. All right. Garlands on willows. Wait, what? They're on the pendant boughs. Her coronet weeds, clamoring to hang. An envious sliver broke, a malicious twig broke, when down her weedy trophies and herself fell into. Oh, okay. I thought she was hanging herself on the. Okay. So basically, she was trying to. She didn't. At least it was not obviously a suicide. She went to hang up the garnet. Sorry, the not garnet. I just forgot the word. Garland. She went to hang up the garland on the tree, and then actually the branch gave out, and she fell into the brook. Her clothes spread wide and mermaid-like. A while they bore her up, which time she chanted snatches of old laws. She kept singing. And so she was drowned by her heavy clothes. Okay. I actually thought Act 4 would include. I thought Act 4 would include my. What do you call it? The climax. It didn't. So it's all happening in Act 5. Am I just not knowing the structure of Shakespearean plays? I thought the action climaxes in Act 4. Okay, so we're here, and yeah, I mean, what else am I going to say? We're delaying the climax quite a bit, but there's a lot of layers. I'm guessing Norway can just be dropped. We don't have to worry that much about Norway. Now it's between Laertes and Hamlet himself. Ophelia's dead. Gertrude is still mysterious. Claudius is now obviously evil. I mean, evil's a little damning. I mean, really, Claudius is just ruthless, but he even has like some emotions, so that's kind of makes him interesting. But yeah, obviously, but he's not as complex now. He's definitely more straightforward. He's just going to take the path that makes sense to him. Okay, so let's go to Act 5. All right, I need to do a bit of computer trickery for this because this website is garbage. So I need to extract the chapter separately. Copy. All right, and here we go, Act 5. Okay. I kind of disagree with this annotation. Is she to be buried in Christian burial when she willfully seeks her own salvation? You can't seek your own salvation. You shouldn't kill yourself. And it means what it means. Okay. The coroner has figured out that it's not suicide. It is found so that she defended herself. It must be suspended. It cannot be else, for here lies the point. Oh, I mean, I guess if there's like I don't know. It's interesting. It doesn't really matter. I don't want to worry about these little notes here. It cannot be else, for here lies the point. If I drown myself wittingly, it argues an act. An act hath 3 branches. Act, do, perform. Our gal, she drowned herself wittingly. So they're debating whether she killed herself or not. Good man Delver. Give me leave. Man goes to the water, drowns himself. Mark you that. But while it comes to him, he drowns not himself. Okay, so this is like a mock legal conversation. Okay, and we're sort of like mocking the legality of it. Like if you, I'm trying to think of a modern analog, but like I can't think of a specific example, but if you've ever like parodied like formal language with your friends, it's kind of the same thing. If this had not been a gentlewoman, she'd been buried out of Christian burial. So the grave digger is teaching the second man, how right you are, the more pity that great folk should have privilege in this world to... The privilege gets the rich and powerful have the privilege of killing themselves, unlike their fellow Christians. In the past, there were no gentlemen, just gardeners, ditchers, and gravemakers. He was the first that ever bore arms, but which arms? Okay, yeah. So this is just a pun. We're going to move on. Digged. Could he dig without arms? Go to. Stronger than either. What is he that builds stronger than any of these? It's a little riddle here. The gallows maker for that outlives 1,000 tenants. Okay. Gallows is for public executions. 1,000 tenants means, if you make a gallows, then it gets used 1,000 times, unlike whatever you make. If you're a mason, a shipwright, or a carpenter, does not get, whatever you make as a carpenter, a shipwright, or as a mason, does not get used 1,000 times. But how does it well? It does well to those that do ill. Now, thou dost ill, to say that gallows are built stronger than the church. So Gravedigger is being okay. Mary, now I can tell. So we're just doing a bunch of like little. It's just a bunch of. It's basically this whole scene is just a quick break in the action to just sort of chill out. You know, like if it's like in the, you know, because this is kind of a long movie, right? If you imagine it as a movie, it's not like 1 or 2 hours. It's going to be like 5 hours, 3, 4, 5 hours. 3, 4 hours probably. So we're just chilling out a little bit, just having a bit of nonsense blather, not super meaningful. You know, you get your popcorn, you go to the restroom real quick. All right. So we just have two dumb people talking to each other, and now we begin. He digs and sings a song. In youth, when I did love, methought it was very sweet to contract the time for my behove, and methought there was nothing of me. Huh. So he tried to take action on his love, but nothing happened. So that's kind of it seems like a bit of foreshadowing here. Like, I guess probably, I mean, basically it's saying things are not going to go according to plan, I think, but we'll just move on. No feeling. He sings in grave making. Now he sings in grave making. He does it all the time. It's not really that serious for him. Age with his stealing steps hath called me in his clutch and hath shipped me into the land as if I had never been such. Oh, so that's more dark. Nothing. I tried to act on my love, but actually I ended up dead. And he tosses up a skull. Hilarious. Okay? That skull had a tongue in it. I could sing once. How the knave jowls it to the ground. So Hamlet is overly precious about this thing. For a gravedigger, it's just another body. But Hamlet's like, oh my God, this must be the pate of a politician, which this ass now overreaches. It might, my lord. Or of a courtier, which could say, good morrow, sweet lord. So this is Hamlet. This is Shakespeare's little dig at. He's kind of mocking the sort of gentle people of the world. They don't really know the rough parts of life, and they kind of overreact to things, to custom, to propriety. And Hamlet is that like sensitive gentleman character right now. Yeah, he's thinking of this life. He's so precious about this dead body that's just being tossed around. And this could actually be kind of a funny scene. Like if you arrange it that way, you can have the gravedigger doing really obscene things in the background, whereas Hamlet is in the foreground watching and just getting shocked at these like really obscene things that he's doing. You know, not just, you could take it even further than just tossing a skull around, right? Maybe I mean, we're in the 21st century, so maybe he'll hump you could have him like hump the skull, right? Or or do things like that, and Hamlet gets more offended. And the thing about this is, you know, we keep criticizing Hamlet this entire time. You know, we keep making a little bit of fun of Hamlet. And Shakespeare like doesn't write Hamlet in a way where Prince Hamlet comes out seeming like awesome. He doesn't. He seems a little bit silly, a little bit oversensitive, a little bit overreacting, a little a little crazy. You know, so that makes this like it makes him a very fun character to play, because you know, how sympathetic do you really like, you have to play a balance. You know, how sympathetic do you want Hamlet to be or not? A pickaxe and a spade, shrouding sheet for such a guest is meet, tosses up another skull. Why may not that be the skull of a lawyer? All this like meditation on death. So again, Hamlet being offended, thinking about the lawyer in his past life, and now the fact that this lawyer can't do anything against this gravedigger now that he's dead. Is not parchment made of sheepskins. Wait, where's the parchment coming from? Will vouch for no more. The adventures, the very conveyances of his land was scarcely have no more. Is not parchment made of sheepskin. I, my lord, and of calfskins too. They are sheep and calves. We take assurance in that. Oh, okay. So there's a little pun there. I'll speak to this fellow. Okay, we're gonna stop him. Oh, for a pit of clay for it to be made, for such a guest as me. Yeah, I think it be thine indeed, for thou liest in it. It must be your grave, because you are in the grave. You lie out on it, sir, and therefore 'tis not yours. I do not lie in it, yet it is mine. So the gravedigger is also kind of bantering, kind of joking, and Hamlet isn't clearly winning over the gravedigger right now. If anything, this is a battle of wits. We'll see what happens. Thou dost lie in it, to be in it, and say it is thine. 'Tis for the dead, not for the quick, not for the living. Therefore thou liest. 'Tis a quick lie, sir. Tologe. What man dost thou dig it forth? For no man, sir. What woman? For none either. Who is to be buried in one that was woman, but rest her so she's dead? he's talking about Ophelia. How absolute the knave is. We must speak by the card. Okay, so basically Hamlet is getting defeated right now by the gravedigger, and he's a little surprised. By the Lord, Horatio, this 3 years I've taken note of it, the age grown so pale that the toe of the peasant comes so near the hill of the courtier, he galls his kibe. How long hast thou been grave maker? Our last king overcame Fortinbras. How long is that? Can you not tell that? Every fool can tell that. Young Hamlet was born. I've been gravedigger as long as you've been born. Death and life, same day. He that is mad sent into England. Oh, everyone still thinks he's in England. That makes sense. He's back. This is a plot. He is mad. He's crazy, but maybe he'll get better there. Or if he doesn't, it doesn't matter. Why? There the men are his mad. Okay, so this is funny because obviously Shakespeare is making a joke to his audience. His audience is in England. So because all the English are crazy, it's just a joke. It's going to get a bunch of laughs. How came he mad? Very strangely, they say. How strangely? Upon what ground? Why, here in Denmark. How long will a man lie in the earth before he rots? Faith, if he's not rotten before he dies. So he's talking about STDs right now. He will last you some 8 or 9 years before he dies. A tanner will last you 9 years. Why is he more than another? His hide is so tanned with his trade, he'll keep out water a while, and your water is stored to care of your horse's dead body. Here's a skull now hath lain you in the earth 23 years. A horse and mad fellows it was. Whose do you think it was? Yorick's skull. This is kind of a famous... Why is Yorick's skull famous? Oh, I think is there like a painting or something like that? Oh, so there's going to be like a synopsis. Okay. There's going to be like a little soliloquy or something afterwards. Because of course Hamlet's going to look at the skull and then he's going to do a big old speech about it. He's going to overanalyze it. Okay, here we go. 23 years dead. Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him, Horatio, the jest. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times, and now how disgusting. My gorge rises at it. Here hung those lips. Where be your jibes now, your gambols, your songs, your flashes of merriment? Even so, and smelt so. Even so, to what base uses may we return, Horatio? till he find it stopping a bunghole. To consider to overstudy to consider so. Huh. What's going on here? Dost thou think Alexander the Great looked on the earth in this way? Oh. Do you think that Alexander the Great looks the same as Yorick, now buried in the earth? Of course he does. And smelled this badly. Yes, he smells that badly. I don't really get this part, but okay. But to follow him thither with modesty enough and likely lead it. He died, buried, returned to dust. Dust is earth. We make clay, beer barrel. Now he is turned into a beer. Keep the wind away. Here comes the king, the queen, the courtiers. The corpse they follow, for due its own life, 'twas of some important. Oh, he doesn't know that it's Ophelia. He doesn't know it's Ophelia. Okay. But he knows, he's inferring that it's a suicide. Got it. So they're going to watch. And now Hamlet is in a position of power at this very moment, okay? Because he gets to spy on them, so he can do what he wants. Right now, Laertes and Claudius do not have the power to execute their plan because they are caught in, they are found in a vulnerable moment. Hamlet did Ophelia dirty, and I don't know specifically. There's no evidence there's no obvious evidence in the text that anything happened, but just there's always going to be suggestions. There's always going to be suggestions in Shakespeare to make things more spicy. He did. They did. Ophelia loved him, and it could have happened. It could have happened. What ceremony else? Okay, what's happening here? What ceremony else? Further funeral rites. Okay, so Hamlet is saying something positive about Laertes. What ceremony else have been, as far and large as we have proper sanction? Her death was doubtful. Oversways the order. Okay, so basically the priest doesn't want to go through the full funeral proceedings because it's kind of like not holy. She seemed to have killed herself, but he's against his will because the king demanded it. They're sort of finding like a middle ground compromise. Yeah, and he's actually very upset. He thinks that we should be throughout the northern funeral of America often includes special wreath. Yeah, we should be cursing her, but actually we're treating her like a virgin, like a proper virgin. No more be done. We shall profane the service of the dead to sing a requiem. We should not do more. He's trying to do the bare minimum. Lay her in the earth, and from her fair and unpolluted flesh, and which may not be unpolluted, maybe Hamlet got in there somewhere. May violets spring, I tell thee, churlish priest, shall my sister be when thou liest howling in hell, laid in the grave. Ophelia. Okay, I hoped thou should have been Hamlet's wife. Okay, so the queen is not aware of Laertes' plan with Claudius, so of course she just says what she says, and then Laertes gets angry. Oh, triple curse. Fall 10 times, 20 times on that stupid head of Hamlet, who's who made you crazy. Hold off the earth. And so he's okay. He's a sort of he's a bro. He's a bro of action. He loves his sister. He goes and embraces his dead sister. Now pile your dust upon the quick and dead. Okay, here we go. Now he's beginning. They're beginning to bury her. What is he whose grief bears such an emphasis? Why is he so dramatic? Oh, this is I. Oh, he's confusing. Oh, okay. That's a whole ass thing that just happened. Okay, Hamlet just comes forward. Okay, he does not. Because he's confused. He doesn't know. He likes Laertes so far, and he's confused about Ophelia. He's maybe upset about Ophelia. It depends on how you interpret this scene. You know, maybe Hamlet is emotionally moved that Ophelia killed herself, because he told her off because I think the whole interpretation with him and Ophelia was that he still loved her. It's just that he knew that he had a purpose, which is to revenge his father, and that he was going to kill himself, or he was going to end up probably dying, or at least exiled or something. So he kind of was calling her a hoe to kind of let her go. Yeah, so maybe he's like emotional right now, and he's like he's a little. Hamlet's maybe caught off guard, and then Laertes, for some crazy reason, from Hamlet's perspective, is like attacking him. You're not well. Stop. For though I am not angry, I'm not angry right now, but I can hurt you. Hamlet, good gentleman, good lord. Until my eyelids will. Okay, I will fight him until the death. Oh, I love Ophelia. There we go. Exactly what I said. 40,000 brothers cannot with all the quantity of the make of my son. What wilt thou do for her? Oh, he is mad, Laertes. For love of God, forbear him. Oh, insane. Hang on. So Hamlet, the fucking romantic, he's completely lost. He has no... Dude. He's so lost, man. You're supposed to be killing your uncle. What are you doing, man? Oh my God. But yes, Hamlet, the romantic, he is completely lost the plot. He sees Ophelia dead, and he's overcome by emotion. He shows his hand, and now Laertes is trying to kill him. Claudius is like, what the hell is going on? Horatio's like, yo, chill out. And the queen is like, what are you talking about? So, because the queen's trying to figure out the truth of the matter, whereas everyone else is trying to just execute their plots. And Hamlet is just like, is wearing his heart on his sleeve. Just like, oh, I love her. God, show me what thou wilt do. Will you weep? Will you fight? Will you fast? Will you tear yourself? Will you drink up vinegar? Will you eat a crocodile? I will do it. I will do everything. Dost thou come here to whine, to outface me with leaping in a grave? Do you think you can demonstrate so dramatically your love for her? Look, I will bury myself alive. If you bury yourself alive with her, that's how much I love her. If thou prate of mountains, let them throw, singeing his pate against the burning zone. May God. This is actually comical. Actually, I thought I really was imagining more. Hamlet is ridiculous. Hamlet is ridiculous, dude. I was imagining a more epic ending, but now he's just crying over Ophelia. Nay, if thou will rave like a crazy person, I will too. This is madness. His silence was just okay. Hamlet will calm down. Just give him a moment. Hear you, sir. I'm guessing he's talking to Laertes. Yes, the cat will mew and dog will have his day. That's such a funny little line. And then he exits. How stupidly dramatic. Okay. All right. Horatio, go take care of him. Okay, that was just silly. That was straight silly. That was ridiculous, actually, that happened. It was more comical than I expected. I'm trying to process what's happening now. So Claudius and Laertes still intend to kill him, but now Hamlet has completely lost the plot. Like, is he even going to focus on killing his uncle anymore? What's he doing, dude? He's just like swept by all his emotions. So this is actually frustrating. Like, what is he gonna do? Okay, so pushing on. Here we go. Wait, where are we right now? Lost track. We're in the castle. Hamlet, Horatio. Okay, Hamlet has told Horatio that he was kidnapped by a pirate, and I guess... Okay, I don't really remember the letter very well now. Sir, in my heart there was a kind of fighting that would not let me sleep. Methought I lay worse than the Musmutin in the bilbo. Rashly. Yes, exactly, and that should learn us. There's a divinity that shifts our end. Okay, this is an interesting bit of monologue where he says, sometimes when you don't think, and if you just act rashly, you just do impulsively the thing that you need to do, it helps us. It's good to sometimes not know why you're doing something, just do it. And it's funny that this is exactly after this extremely stupid action of his, where he just goes and weeps and is like cries out for Ophelia in front of everyone else, right? Like he just showed his hand. He's like, everyone knows what he's doing now. So this is actually ironic to me because it's like maybe it isn't benefiting him at all. I mean, like, what's going to happen? He thinks that rash action is better and can be better for you, and God will kind of help you along. But is that really what's going to happen? That's the irony. Wait, I lost track. Give me a second. Stole their packet and withdrew to unfold their grand commission, where I found Horatio of royal knavery. Okay, a royal knavery. Okay, so he discovered some sort of plot, maybe including Norway. Maybe Norway is plotting against Denmark and England. Let's see what happens. Is it possible? Here's the commission. Okay, you can read this plot later on. So Shakespeare is not going to tell us the plot. But let me just tell you, but without here now. But hey, listen to the rest of my story. Okay, I'll listen to your story. Being thus benefited around with villains, before I could make prologue to my brains, they had begun to play. His brains acted before he concocted. Okay. So he wrote a fake commission. Okay, and this is the fake. This is the diversion that he came up with. An earnest appeal from the king the king of Denmark? Which king? Claudius. As England was his tributary, as love between them like the palm might flourish, as peace should still her, when Garland stand a comma between the amities, and many as serve great char, that on the view and knowing of these cons without the commitment furthermore, he should. What the? Okay, so Hamlet changed the letter to just killing the messengers. Okay, which is weird. Oh, was guilt? Wait, hang on. I'm just gonna keep reading this. How was it sealed? Why? Signet. So he had the signet, so he could just sign it. And then there was a sea fight, and the pirates took. So go to it. Why, man? They did make love to this employment. They are not near my conscience. I am no longer friends with them. Fit the thrusts and angry rapiers of mighty opposites. Huh. Why, what a king is this? Does it not think thee stand me now upon? That he that hath killed my king and whored my mother, popped in between the election of my hopes, thrown out his angle for my proper life, to quit him with this arm. Okay, so he is focusing back on the issue. So he just had this moment of insanity regarding Ophelia, but now he is very much back on track. Okay, scene 1 really threw me off. That was just wild. But it looks like the messengers are going to die, and the messengers might be Guildenstern and Rosencrantz. So I think Hamlet has definitely just, yeah, he's back. Yeah. Hamlet has definitely sent, unless I'm misinterpreting, I'm 95% sure Hamlet has just sent Guildenstern and Rosencrantz to their death. Ironically, because Rosencrantz and Guildenstern were there to get the King of England to kill Hamlet, but it's going to fall upon them. So that little thread is being tied up. Okay. And now Hamlet is, and he's saying they're just like the casualty. They're just like the little pawns in between two greater forces, and they will die. So Hamlet is becoming more, kind of like he's becoming possessed again by this sort of like this rage that's causing him to be kind of calculating and murderous. And why? What a king is this? So I think this actually means that Horatio is a little bit, he's like, whoa, what the? Like, he's a little surprised by Hamlet. Hamlet, because this is not the Hamlet he knows, this sort of possessed Hamlet, does not think thee stand me. And now he is speaking kind of eloquently. He is expressing his rage and his justification for killing Claudius. It must be shortly known to him from England. What is the result of the business there? I don't fully understand this reaction here. I don't get why he's reacting that way. It will be short, the inner is mine, and man's life no more than to say one. I'm sorry, good Horatio, that delirious to forget myself, but for by the image of my cause I see the portraiture of his. Oh, okay. Okay, so he's actually respecting Laertes quite a bit, because I think this line means that I understand why Laertes is so upset. He's empathizing with Laertes because he's upset for the same reason I'm upset. Okay, and the bravery of his grief, as in the ridiculousness of him like dropping into the grave for his sister Ophelia, that whole thing. I see that and I respect that. So Hamlet is respecting Laertes right now. But what is this hymn referring to, though? Now I'm getting confused. Quit him with the... Such cause it is not perfect. Quit. Damn, let this canker of our nature come into further evil. what is the result of the business there? Who is him? Okay, I don't know who this him is, so I'm just going to move on for now. Peace, who comes here? Osric, a courtier. Your lordship is right. Welcome back to Denmark. No, my good lord, thy state is more gracious. Okay, the Majesty has a message for you. So is a water fly an actual fly? Or am I reading this right? What is this water referring to? Oh, it must be talking about Osric. Okay, Hamlet is kind of annoyed with this Osric guy, I think. I'll receive it, sir, with diligent spirit. Your bonnet to his right use, 'tis for the head. Okay. Your head's very hot. No, it's actually very cold. No, my head is very hot. That he has laid a great wager on your head. This is the matter. Wait, let me just double check. Do I know Osric? I don't remember. I don't think I know Osric. Just any courtier. But I'm pretty sure it's the courtier of Claudius, yeah? It has to be. Newly come to court ladies, believe me, gentlemen. South Society, great showing. Sir, his defilement suffers no perdition. To list up his with dozy that arithmetic, but he's a good guy. But in the truth of praise, I take him to be soul of great argument to make true diction of him. His semblable is his mirror. Who else would trace him? His umbrage, nothing more. No, he cannot be followed by anyone. Only his shadow can follow him, as in he's a great person. It's funny too because this part he's just speaking like such babble, right? The language becomes. I feel like he's mocking Osric to some extent, but he's sort of babbling with these really long and ugly words back at Osric. The concernancy, sir. Why do we wrap the gentleman in our less refined words, since we are so? Okay, so yeah, I continue to. Horatio is also making fun of Osric. Why are you mentioning Laertes? The person already have all the gold. Okay, we've already spent all our words on him. What is this thing that's happening? I'm actually confused about with this little passage here. I know you're not ignorant, and we're taking forever to say Osric. Just say Osric. Just say it. What the hell's going on? Lest I should compare with him, but to know a man well or to know himself. But in his imputation, by his merit, he's unmatched. Oh, I see. Osric is finally getting around to this is the plot of Claudius. Okay, that's two of his weapons, but well, hath wagered with him 6 bar-brief horses, rapiers. Okay, girdle hanger. Okay, so there's kind of going to be a duel, and there's going to be big prizes for this duel. We're just doing a bunch of wordplay, but I'm actually a little uninterested in this bit. This is not that. Well, I don't know why we're doing all this wordplay with Osric, and like we're making fun of his language and all that stuff. I don't know why we're doing that. It's kind of feels to me like a bit of a waste of time. I don't get the hullabaloo here. Score 3 more hits out of 12 to win the wager. Okay, so you have to have. What if I say no? That would change things. And how cheeky of Hamlet. So So yeah, the bet right now is that he's so confident that he has to have three more hits than you. Okay. So basically, like, yeah, like if there's 12 rounds, then I would have to have seven, and you would have to have four. Okay. And the odd hits, shall I deliveries? Okay, so he accepts it. There are no tongues else for his turn, for his purpose. With the head. With the okay, yeah, because we were annoyed with how we were making fun of his dumb language, so we're calling him dumb right now. And I also, my judgment of the language was correct. He did so, sir, with his dug. Before he sucked it. Okay, his words are just froth, is I think what he's saying. I'm kind of just moving forward because I don't think it's that important. My lord, I'll go now. Good, so we're going straight to the duel. Be polite. You will lose, my lord. I do not think so. I've been in practice. I shall win. Huh, interesting. Hamlet is going straight into their clutches. He's playing straight into their hands. What the hell was Hamlet's plan? Like, what was he gonna do? Like he came back. What happened to his plan? Right? He had this whole thing where he sent the letter. I mean, I guess he got rid of Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. But what was his plan for Claudius? What the hell? Am I missing something? What the what is he doing? Gain giving as a obey it. I forestall their repair. Okay, if something is bothering you, you shouldn't rush into this. We can pause this. No, of course we don't pause. There's no such thing as augury. So it's funny, Hamlet is finally being the kind of man that he's been torturing himself that he isn't, right? He's like, no, I'm gonna just act rashly. I'm gonna just do what I feel. I'm gonna just jump into that funeral and express my love for Ophelia. And here, they asked me to a duel. I will duel him. I can do it. Like he's kind of making himself something he's not, because he is an overthinker, but he's forcing himself to be a person of action, a man of action. And this is maybe the tragedy here. And I still don't really understand his plot against Claudius. I have no idea what his plan was for getting rid of Claudius, because he doesn't seem to have a plan at all right now. He's just going by impulse. Trumpets, drums. Okay. Yeah, okay. The duel begins. Give me your pardon, sir. I have done you wrong. And it's funny, too, because if you watch Hollywood movies, the duel is so epic, right? But here, the duel is almost comedic. And there's so much irony around this duel. So it's a very different vibe from what you get from Hollywood. I've done you wrong, but I pardon my hand as you are a gentleman. I know, or these people know, and you must have heard that I am crazy. Whatever I did to upset you is because I was crazy. Was it Hamlet that wronged Laertes? Not Hamlet. If Hamlet from himself be taken away when he's not himself does wrong Laertes, and Hamlet is not the one who does it, Hamlet denies it. Who does it then? The madness within Hamlet does it. This is okay. If it be so, Hamlet is the fact that the wrong madness is poor Hamlet's enemy. Sir, let my disclaimer from the. So this is. I am a crazy person. I don't mean to hurt you. My craziness is the thing that hurt you, not Hamlet himself. I am satisfied in nature, his motivation sent me the most to my revenge. But as a person of honor, unless the traditions of honor allows me to... So, in my nature, in my heart of hearts, I accept what you're saying. However, honor dictates, because I'm a man of honor and I'm a man of action. Honor dictates that I must have my revenge, basically. I must have my honor restored. And I accept, okay? Privately, I feel this feeling. My insanity is the thing that hurt you. But I hurt you. So now we have to fight. Okay, so that's like the contrast between the external and the internal. And it's funny, we're just sort of hanging a lampshade over it. We're just sort of like commentating on it, and then we're gonna do it anyway. All right, so it's also a bit ironical here. Come, one for me. I shall be your foil, obviously. Oh, I shall be your foil. I will make you look good in my horrible inability to fight. You mock me, sir. No, I suck. Give them the foils. You know the wager. Yes, you even bet against me. You know, you've given him better odds. So he has to beat me 3 points higher. I do not fear it. I've seen you both, but since he is better, we have therefore odds. Too heavy. Let me see another. So they're choosing their foils, their swords. I'm a good lord. Okay, now we're doing the formalities. Okay, we're going to have the cannons fire if Hamlet wins. And we shall drink to Hamlet's better breath. And in the cup and union shall you throw richer than that which first born. Give me the cups. And I'm guessing this is also a poison. Yeah. Give me, basically, Hamlet and I will drink, I think is the idea here. So that's the backup plan where they're going to kill him with the cups. Give me the cups. Trumpets, watch on, come on, sir, come, my lord. And they play. Hamlet, 1. Judgment. Okay, Hamlet got the first one. Well, again, stay. Okay, and Hamlet obviously doesn't drink the thing right away. Another hit. Our son shall win. He's sweaty and scant of breath. Take my handkerchief. Good, madam. Okay, and that's what happens. I thought Hamlet was going to be the one that accidentally kills Gertrude. Now, Claudius has accidentally killed Gertrude. Did not see that happening. What a wild story, dude. This story is so unpredictable. Dude, it is... I completely did not see that. I did not see that happening. She drinks it. Rip Gertie. Rip Gertie. Dude. Wait, let me pause for a second. Let me update my predictions now. So Gertrude's gonna die, and Hamlet's gonna go into a fit of rage. So first of all, Hamlet is totally owning Laertes right now, which is not what was expected. Okay, because we hyped up Laertes quite a bit, and Hamlet is just such an overthinker, right? I assumed, and Shakespeare made me assume that Hamlet was gonna be worse at swordplay than Laertes. So it's actually quite a surprise that Hamlet's winning right now, 2-0. And Gertrude's dying. And so the king's going to flip out. And I don't know, pandemonium. Holy crap. So I'm trying to make a prediction, but there's so many things that could happen. I have no idea. But I guess if I have to just commit to any prediction, it's like Hamlet wins the duel, doesn't drink the poison. King is baffled. Laertes is frustrated. And in his frustration, he breaches the code of honor and he strikes at Hamlet, is kind of like my guess. Hamlet actually gets struck. He gets the poison in him, and maybe there's like a reveal that his mother's dying at this point. So Hamlet is poisoned, the mother is poisoned, and Hamlet flips a shit and murders everyone. Okay, something like that. I don't know, man. But it is insane right now. I have no idea what's happening. I dare not drink it. Let me wipe your face. Okay. My lord, I'll hit him now. Now, and of course the king doesn't allow it because the king cares that whatever happens, it must look like an accident. Come for the third, Laertes. I pray you pass with your best violence. I'm sure you are going to make a spoil. You are better than me. So Hamlet kind of is mocking him. Have at you now. Oh, Laertes actually gets the wound in. Performances often have Hamlet and Laertes drop their swords and pick up their opponents. Okay, so yeah, they're just sort of like scuffling. The queen falls down. Okay. The two of them are basically wrestling because they're angry. Hamlet has been mocking Laertes to some extent by pretending to be super humble, and then he got wounded. So Hamlet's on his way out now. The queen is on her way out. Here we go. They bleed on both sides. How is it, my lord? How is Laertes? Horatio is talking to Hamlet. Osric is talking to Laertes. And somehow Laertes has killed himself somehow because, that's why they changed the rapiers. So I actually completely missed the significance of this part. But they catch each other's rapiers, and then they get the other person's. So now Hamlet has struck Laertes with Laertes' own sword. Okay, now everyone's poisoned. And the king is actually being very clever here. He's saying she's fainting. She's fainting from the chaos. Oh, and the queen is completely unraveling this plot. The queen exclaims, "I am poisoned." Insanity. Okay, Hamlet is now realizing what the hell is happening, that this whole thing was a plot against him. Hamlet, you are dead anyway. Yeah, she did. Pandemonium right now. Okay, no medicine can do you good. You can't live for 30 minutes. The instrument is in your hand. Okay? And Laertes is just sort of, he's going to die anyway, so he's explaining the whole thing. And he's kind of regretting it to some extent. He's like, oh my God, this has turned against me. The king's to blame. What a bitch. Okay. But I guess, you know what, to some extent, I mean, yeah. Because I kind of get it, because Laertes just wanted to kill anybody. And he came into cahoots with the king, right? The king kind of whispered, here's my secret plot. And so he agreed to the king's plot, and now he's kind of pissy. Like he's annoyed that the king's plot has led to his own death. And he's not really dealing with it very well. And now the Hamlet with the thing, of course he strikes the king. Okay, insane. All right, so now king, queen, Hamlet, Laertes, all of them poisoned. I am but hurt. Thou incestuous damned Dane, drink of this poison. He forces, how dramatic. Jesus Christ. He like grabs the neck of the king, right? And imagine this. It's insane. It is insane. He Laertes is being a bitch on the he's like lying down bleeding. He's poisoned. He's being a bitch. The queen was holding herself, but then at the last minute bursts, has an outburst, exclaims that it was poisoned. It was poison. It's poison. Hamlet is controlled by this rage right now, and he grabs the fucking king and just pours the potion down his throat. Okay, and Laertes is like kind of annoyingly, because he of course he's gonna die. Wait, hang on. Mine and my father's sin come not upon. He forgives Hamlet, which is a little funny, actually. It's a little weird that happens, but okay. But he feels extremely betrayed by the king, and so he forgives Hamlet. And please forgive me as well. Yes, I forgive you. I am dead, Horatio, wretched queen. Adieu. You in the background, so he's addressing all the other characters. Horatio, I am dead, thou livest. Report me my cause of right to the unsatisfied. You be the conveyor of the truth. I would rather be honorable. I will die with you. I think, is what he's saying, right? So I will die before you. As thou art a man, give me the cup. Let go. Do not kill yourself, you idiot. Do not kill yourself. You have to tell my story. A march far off. Enter Osric. What warlike noise is this? Fortinbras. I was right. Holy crap. Fortinbras does come. Insanity. Oh, no, wait. To the ambassador of England, give this warlike volley. And yes. Wait. Military salute. What does that mean? Oh, I die, Horatio. I can't tell. Is Fortinbras trying to do a coup? The poem plays quite overcrows my spirit. I cannot live to hear the news from England, but I do prophesy the election lights on Fortinbras. Vote. He has my vote. Can only become a voice. Oh, no. I guess that's not what it is. Hang on. So Fortinbras has conquered Poland, and he's giving the salute. So no. So it's not an aggressive action. He's just coming back to, because Norway has to go through Denmark to go to Poland, and now Fortinbras is done with his action. He's coming back to kind of report back, because they have to come back through. So he's sort of seeking passage, and Hamlet is actually going to give Fortinbras his blessing to be the lord of Denmark, I guess. But just make sure to tell him the true story. And why does the drum come hither? Where is the site? What is it? See, it's a massacre. Why are so many people dead? The site is small. Our affairs from England come too late. Okay, so yes, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. Where should we have our thanks? Not from his mouth. So we are going to give you a prize. Unknowing world, how these things. So Horatio is obeying Hamlet. He's going to do what Hamlet asks. And I will tell you the story of this ridiculous story, this meaningless death. Let us hear this story. Okay, we're kind of story within a story right now. Wait, did I miss the stage instruction for when Hamlet dies? Give me a second. Yes, over here. And his last words were, so tell him, the rest is silent, he dies. Okay, so now Horatio is wrapping things up. And from his mouth, whose voice will draw no more, but let the same be presently performed, even while men's minds are wild, lest more mischance on plots and errors happen. But let the same be presently performed. Okay. So he's saying, let me tell you the story right now before there's opportunity for there to be additional mutations and distortions in the story. Okay? I have to tell you the truth right now. And this is a funny little comment on the nature of truth, how truth is always sort of morphing due to hearsay and rumor. This is very relevant for today's era of fake news and AI-generated falsehoods and all that stuff. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that right now. Let me tell you the story, right? Like, while everyone's dead around me, by the way, okay, everyone's just dead on the ground. I'm going to tell you what happened. I'm going to tell you the truth, okay? So listen up. Fortinbras. Let four captains bear Hamlet like a soldier to the stage, for he was likely, had he been put on, to have proved most royal. And we must honor him. Such a sight as this becomes a field, but here shows much amiss. Go, bid the soldiers shoot. So I'm guessing this shooting is like a herald, it's like a proclamation. It's a show of honor. I don't really know the language for this kind of thing, but it's a show of honor for Hamlet. And so Hamlet dies with honor in a sort of comical way, in a sort of weirdly accidental way. Everyone's dead. And he was still he was this tortured little boy, constantly just debating with himself whether he should be more of a man, more of a man of honor. And he kind of gets everything, that he gets the treatment of a man of honor at the end. But we know that actually that's not what he really is, he's not. He kind of bumbled his way to the end, and now he's dead. And we're gonna make the public version of the story kind of nice and tidy and neat, and he's gonna come out looking like an honorable person. But actually, he was a foolish boy. And this kind of becomes a commentary on history as well. In history, we valorize our heroes, but really that's the public tale. It's the tale of honor. It's the tale of dignity. It's the tale of it's the tale of the royals, right? And we kind of package them in a way that the country, that the people can get behind. Something that's honorable, admirable, right? And Fortinbras gets the blessing and honors Hamlet. Hamlet honors Laertes. Laertes and Hamlet both agree that, and now Horatio, they all agree that Claudius was the villain, right? And so it's a happy ending. But the truth was, Hamlet was kind of a sissy, an overly romantic, overly sensitive boy. He was a little comical. He was witty. And he was a smart boy. But he was not what you would consider a classic hero at all. He was not. he was a lot of contradictions, very self-aware. He was like a literary boy. And he was not fitting very well in the boots of royalty. It's kind of endearing and cute in a way. It was very endearing. It was very cute when he just jumped onto the scene when he went into the funeral of Ophelia and expressed his love. That was so wild and over the top. And then him believing in his own abilities suddenly, at the very end, he just really believes in himself suddenly, and he kind of like has his little moral victory over himself. Him always being anxious and unable to decide and like torturing himself about how he can't actually, why is it that I have all the reasons, all the whatevers, I have all of the means to kill this fucker, and how come I still haven't done it yet, right? He's always just lingering on that, but at the very end, he kind of has his little mini heroic moment where he's like, no, don't push it off. Sometimes your impulses are blessed by God or are protected by God. You can be rash, but God's plan carries forward. So he has this like sort of confidence at the very end, and then he just fights. He's like, no more delay. I'm just gonna fight. What's his name? Laertes, and he becomes like a little hero of his story at the end. But it's the way I'm reading the story. We never really fully. I feel like I'm reading the story. I'm seeing him as a child the entire time. Again, the literary boy. He doesn't really belong here. He just barely makes it. He's definitely not the jock, the captain of the football team, who happens to also be a good student and is bound to go to Harvard. Maybe not football, right, these days, but he's not the captain of like the soccer team at your school who is gonna go to Harvard. He's kind of the fucking nerd in the AP or IB English lit class with his nerd friends, but he just happens to be the prince, and he's like witty and he's like snarky and he's kind of bitchy and he's sort of like sarcastic and he could like, and he like whines and cries and he orates and he exhorts and he's like very good with his language, but he's not gonna go to Harvard, man. He's gonna go to like Yale or maybe Chicago or Reed. He's a little bitch really, but he just barely makes it. He just barely makes it and redeems his honor at the end. So that's my take on Hamlet, and what a ridiculous story. I expected it to be a little bit more epic, actually, and I expected it to be more dramatic, but it wasn't. It was almost funny the whole time. It gives me sort of like Woody Allen vibes, very ironic. Not the kind of hero that I was expecting at the end. I thought there was going to be more of a painful conflict about should I or should I not? Should I not? But that wasn't really it. It was something else. It was like, look at this highly self-aware boy, and let's make a little fun of him. Oh, and look, he gets what he wants, and it all ends well for him. And like it's a weird feeling, actually. This is not what I was expecting. It's a weird feeling. It feels, I guess, Woody Allen-ish. It feels. Definitely not, like, nothing in modern Hollywood, man. Nothing in modern Hollywood or in modern video games. Video games aren't really that funny or self-aware. They're very serious about their little stories. Yeah. I'm trying to think of a connection, but I can't think of a connection to stuff from modern creative works. But yeah, anyway, that's it for me. That was Hamlet. Yes, Hamlet is silly. The boy is silly, and the whole story was. I mean, this is considered a tragedy, but it's definitely straddles the line between tragedy and comedy. Definitely right in the middle there. Not we're not fully committed to the tragedy. At least I'm not when I'm reading this thing. So that was fun. That was fun. Hey, Zappin, I'm really happy that you kind of stuck with me through my multiple hour stream of Acts 4 and 5. I hope you enjoyed. It sounds like you definitely read Hamlet before, so you had the memory of Hamlet in your head, and yeah, I'm actually genuinely a little curious what makes you keep listening. It's just my reactions, was it entertaining? That makes it. Like, I have my own hypotheses about the kinds of kids that are out there that would listen to a reaction and the kind of value that they get from listening to my reaction. Has my own ideas about that. And yeah, it's interesting that, good more and good more. Yes. I guess you're basically confirming my hypothesis. Yeah, it's good to maybe. My hope is when I do this thing that it's basically just helping you kind of get a little bit deeper into a work of art that you wouldn't have been able to do on your own, even with all of the help of SparkNotes or GradeSaver or whatever they're called these days. Like. Yeah, even with all of that help, you oftentimes don't really end up connecting to the story emotionally, even if you know everything that happens, because they don't really. They're just trying to help you get a better grade. They don't really help you with with actually enjoying the thing, and so that's what I'm hoping that the reactions are doing. So yeah, it looks like it's helping. Yeah, man, Hamlet was fun, man. Now I'm trying to figure out what to do next, like what story I should do next. There were two suggestions in the Discord channel. One suggestion was Dostoevsky. I think it was Crime and Punishment, and the other suggestion was The Bell Jar. Both of those are pretty serious. The Russians are pretty serious. I don't know if I have the energy for Crime and Punishment right now. I think The Bell Jar might be fun because I've never really read. I have read a bit of Sylvia Plath here and there, but I've never really read Sylvia Plath. So I think, plus it's as a guy I tend to go towards more guyish books. But I think it would be good to just expand my range a little bit by getting to a book that more girls are into, which is The Bell Jar in this case. Crime and Punishment. But Crime and Punishment, on the other hand, is something that does get assigned in school a lot, unlike The Bell Jar. The Bell Jar is, it kind of a suicidal poet. I mean, come on, like it's a little sketchier to assign that in school. Some teachers still assign it. Maybe, I hope they still assign it, but it's not as popular. So definitely Crime and Punishment would get more views in the future, but I don't know. I'm more drawn to The Bell Jar right now. If you have a book that you would actually read along with me, and let me know what that is. It sounds like you're more into Crime and Punishment. Honestly, if there's one person who is going to read along with me, on the weekly schedule, then I'll probably go with that one person. But I think it was Zarabeth. That's the handle. Zarabeth, I think, is ready to read The Bell Jar along with me, so we might have that as the next book. So next week, I'll probably. So in the upcoming week, in the next 7 days, I'll probably have a couple additional chats in Discord to discuss. We no longer need this. So yeah, in Discord, I'll probably just chat a little bit more about what we should do, and then probably make a decision on which book to read. Yeah, I do want to do more Shakespeare actually, and Twelfth Night would be fun. Midsummer Night's Dream would be fun. Just something that's more maybe a comedy, a straight up comedy for Shakespeare. That'd be good, and we'll make a decision in the next week. And next week I'll do the pre-reading, so I'm not actually going to read the book during next week's stream. I'm going to just talk about expectations for the book and kind of plan the chapters and how many chapters we're going to read or whatever. So the stream is going to be more conversational and more investigative. And then the following week is when we'll actually properly start reading the book. So yeah, let's discuss the possible books in the Discord server. Unless some of you guys are watching this stream replay, in which case, hey, either join the Discord server or just drop a comment. Let me know what you're thinking, what books you would like to read. Even if you're coming to the stream very late, I want to be doing the book club idea for years to come. I want this to be, my schedule isn't always super amenable, but ideally I'm able to do one stream every week until I die, really, unless YouTube or YouTube implodes or whatever, right? I want to be doing one stream weekly, book club forever. And I think it would be, I mean, maybe I'm overpromising. Who knows what happens in the future? I reserve the right to change my plans. But, I do think being part of a book club is not something I would ever regret, you know what I mean? And my sort of version of the book club is this sort of online format book club. It's like online community oriented book club, which is kind of new, right? I'm kind of into it. I'm into it, I might invite my friends, actually, my actual friends, like from college and from life, to join me in this part of in this little slice of my YouTube channel. So yeah, I think no matter what time you find this stream, okay, you might be finding this in 2024 or 2025 or 2026. Drop a comment. Let me know what you want to read. All right. Zappin, I'm really happy to have you here. And earlier, shout out back to Dominic. You gave me a bit of encouragement at a time when I needed it. Thank you very much. Guys, I'll see you in the next stream. Until next time, keep on learning, keep on growing. Peace.